The full moon portal has opened. But this is no ordinary moon. We've crossed a threshold that was written in the stars long before our time. This portal isn't just a cosmic event, it's a direct invitation from the universe, pulling you into a timeline of transformation. And while the world around you may look the same, the energetic field has shifted. Nothing is what it was. The question is, will you step through the portal fully awake? What you're feeling right now, the restlessness, the energetic pull, the deep inner knowing that something is shifting, is no coincidence. The universe is speaking to you through this portal, showing you what must be released and what must be claimed. But here's the truth. Not everyone will recognize this moment for what it is. It's easy to stay stuck in old patterns, even as the cosmos offers you freedom. But for those of you ready to embrace the shift, there are 8 cosmic truths you must know to unlock the full potential of this portal. These truths will reshape your path, your purpose, and your future. So, let's unlock them together. The portal is a timeline divider. Your past self is no longer valid. The full moon portal serves as a celestial threshold, dividing the timelines of your life into before and after. Imagine a bridge suspended between 2 worlds. On one side lies the old version of you, burdened with past mistakes, outdated beliefs, and unfulfilled dreams. On the other side, a brighter, untapped version of yourself is waiting, unshackled and free. The moment you step onto this bridge, the universe hands you a cosmic pen, inviting you to rewrite your story. What lies ahead is yours to shape, but you cannot move forward while clinging to what's behind. This portal doesn't simply mark the passage of time, it acts as a cosmic reset button. Think of it as a spiritual checkpoint where you get to pause and evaluate the essence of who you've been. The choices, fears, and patterns that once seemed so significant now hold no weight in this new energetic space. Like a snake shedding its skin, the old layers of your identity must fall away. The universe is whispering. That version of you served its purpose, but its time has passed. When you walk through this portal, you're stepping into a new timeline, a reality that vibrates at a higher frequency. The shift is subtle, yet profound, like the first light of dawn, slowly chasing away the shadows of night. The energy on this side of the portal doesn't tolerate stagnation or the weight of outdated roles. It demands that you stand lighter, freer, and fully aligned with your soul's true calling. Imagine carrying an overstuffed backpack up a steep mountain. Every step becomes harder as you hold on to unnecessary weight. This portal is your chance to open that backpack and remove what no longer serves you. Old fears, regrets, and self-doubt are like heavy stones. Let them go. You'll find that without their weight, you'll soar to heights you never thought possible. The most powerful aspect of this moment is the irrelevance of your past. It's as if the cosmic clock has reset, and all the mistakes, setbacks, and missed opportunities no longer matter. Picture a chalkboard covered in scribbles, representing every moment of self-doubt, failure, and fear. The portal wipes it clean, leaving a blank canvas for you to draw your future without the smudges of your past holding you back. This isn't about denial or forgetting, it's about transformation. Think of a caterpillar as it prepares to enter its cocoon. It doesn't deny its previous form, but it also doesn't cling to being a caterpillar. The cocoon is its portal, a space where the old self dissolves and the new self emerges. This full moon portal is your cocoon, offering the same opportunity for metamorphosis. However, the portal isn't passive. It requires your active participation. You must choose to let go of the old versions of yourself. Holding on to outdated identities is like trying to walk through a door while dragging a large piece of furniture. It simply won't fit. The universe isn't forcing you to change, but it's offering you a clear path forward, free of the unnecessary baggage of your past. To make the most of this energy, reflect on who you've been up until now. Ask yourself, which parts of my identity no longer feel true? Maybe you've been holding on to labels that don't resonate anymore. Labels like unworthy, not enough, or too late. These are illusions that belong to an old timeline. Release them. Like a river letting go of leaves caught in its current, and watch them drift away. In stepping into this new timeline, think of yourself as a phoenix rising from the ashes. The ashes represent the remnants of your past self, burnt-out fears, outdated dreams, and stories that no longer serve your highest good. From these ashes, you rise anew, more radiant and powerful than ever before. One way to fully embody this transition is through symbolic action. Write a letter to your past self, thanking them for their lessons and experiences, but firmly stating that their chapter has closed. Burn the letter under the light of the full moon, letting its smoke carry away the remnants of your old timeline. This simple act of release mirrors the cosmic energy at play, solidifying your commitment to the new timeline. Remember, this portal is not a place of judgment. It's a space of liberation. You are not bound by the chains of your old mistakes or limitations. Think of yourself as an artist standing before a blank canvas with infinite colors and possibilities at your disposal. The only thing stopping you from creating a masterpiece is your attachment to the sketches of your past. Ultimately, the full moon portal is a gift, a divine opportunity to reset, renew, and realign. It's the universe's way of saying you are not defined by who you were, you are shaped by who you choose to become. The portal is open, waiting for you to step through and claim the next chapter of your journey. Will you embrace it fully, leaving behind the outdated and irrelevant parts of yourself? Or will you hesitate at the threshold, burdened by the weight of a past that no longer has power over you? The choice is yours, but the moment is now. Step forward, unburdened and awakened, into the limitless potential of your new timeline. The portal will test your integrity. Are you who you claim to be? The energy of this full moon portal doesn't simply open a new pathway, it acts as a cosmic mirror that reflects the truth of who you are at your core. This isn't a passive mirror that shows only what you want to see. It reveals what you need to see, even if it's uncomfortable. The portal's energy strips away the masks you've worn to fit into roles, expectations, or narratives that were never truly yours. It's not about punishing you for past choices, but about demanding honesty. Are you living in alignment with your soul, or have you been projecting a version of yourself that is easier to present to the world? Integrity is often misunderstood as simply being truthful with others, but the deeper test is how truthful you are with yourself. This portal challenges the stories you tell yourself, stories you might cling to out of comfort or fear of change. You may believe you are living in alignment, but the portal's energy will expose any disconnect between your actions and your true desires. For instance, if you've been convincing yourself that you're happy in a particular job or relationship because it feels safe, but deep down you know it's stifling your growth, the portal will bring that awareness to the surface. The question is whether you'll face that truth or continue to hide behind your carefully constructed persona. Think of this portal as a cosmic audition. where you step onto the stage not to perform, but to reveal your authentic self. There's no script to follow and no costume to hide behind. The universe isn't interested in who you pretend to be. It's interested in the raw, unfiltered essence of your soul, the part of you that remains when all external validation, expectations, and social masks are stripped away. The portal's energy won't judge your imperfections or mistakes, but it will demand that you stand in your truth. Are you willing to show up as you truly are, without apology or pretense? In this sense, the portal acts like a magnifying glass, amplifying the energy you've been putting out into the world. If you've been living authentically, aligned with your higher self, the portal will accelerate your growth, pulling you into higher timelines with ease. You'll find opportunities flowing toward you, synchronicities aligning in your favor, and a sense of peace as you move forward. But if you've been hiding behind false identities, whether out of fear, insecurity, or the desire to be accepted, you may experience what feels like karmic turbulence. This isn't a punishment, it's a recalibration. The universe is giving you a chance to realign with your truth. But that process can feel jarring if you've strayed too far from it. The portal's energy is relentless in its pursuit of authenticity. It's like a spiritual storm, sweeping through your life and blowing away anything that isn't rooted in truth. If you've been building your life on shaky foundations, whether it's a career that doesn't fulfill you, relationships that drain you, or identities that no longer resonate, those structures will start to crack. This is the portal's way of urging you to rebuild your life on solid ground, where your actions, words, and intentions are in harmony with your soul's purpose. Integrity isn't just about big life choices. It shows up in the small, everyday moments. It's in the way you speak to yourself when no one is listening. It's in the promises you keep to yourself, the boundaries you set, and the courage to walk away from what no longer serves you. The portal's energy will highlight any areas where you've been out of alignment. Perhaps you've been saying yes to things that drain your energy, or you've been holding back your truth to avoid conflict. These patterns may have gone unnoticed in the past, but under the portal's light, they become glaringly obvious. Imagine standing at a crossroads, with two paths stretching out before you. One path is familiar, well-trodden, and easy to follow. It's the path of who you've always been, the roles you've played, the expectations you've met, and the image you've crafted for the world to see. The other path is less clear, shrouded in uncertainty, but it leads to the fullest expression of your soul's truth. The portal is asking you to choose. Will you continue to walk the familiar path, even if it no longer feels authentic? Or will you take the leap into the unknown, trusting that your true self will guide you? The energy of this portal also challenges you to examine your motivations. Are you making choices from a place of love, authenticity, and inner knowing? Or are your actions driven by fear, the desire to impress others, or the need for external validation? The portal will make it impossible to ignore these questions. It's like standing under a spotlight that illuminates every hidden corner of your being. There's no hiding from the truth, only the choice to embrace it or resist it. For those who choose to face the portal's energy head-on, the rewards are profound. You'll experience a deep sense of liberation as you let go of the need to perform or please. Life will feel lighter, freer, and more aligned. You'll notice that the right people and opportunities flow into your life effortlessly because you're no longer trying to be someone you're not. The universe responds to authenticity, amplifying your true energy and drawing in experiences that resonate with your soul's purpose. However, if you resist the portal's call to authenticity, you may find yourself caught in a cycle of repeated lessons. The same challenges will keep appearing in different forms, urging you to realign with your truth. This isn't a punishment, but a reminder from the universe that you cannot move forward while clinging to false identities. It's like trying to sail a ship with an anchor dragging behind you. You'll struggle to make progress until you release what's holding you back. This portal doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for honesty. It's not about having all the answers or being flawless in your journey. It's about being real with yourself, acknowledging where you've been out of alignment and committing to make choices that reflect your true essence. It's about dropping the facade and stepping into the world as the fullest, most authentic version of yourself, knowing that this is where your power lies. The energy of this full moon portal acts like a sacred fire, burning away the false identities you've worn to reveal the diamond within. It's not an easy process, but it's necessary for your soul's evolution. The portal doesn't demand that you change who you are. It demands that you remember who you've always been, beneath the layers of conditioning, fear, and societal expectations. The universe is asking, are you who you claim to be? Not in the eyes of others, but in the quiet moments when it's just you and your soul. The answer to that question will determine how you move through this portal and what timeline you step into on the other side. Your soul contracts are being rewritten. Choose wisely as this full moon portal opens. It activates a powerful process that goes beyond mere energy shifts or surface-level transformations. It reaches deep into the unseen agreements you've made with people, situations, and even yourself. Agreements often formed long before this lifetime. These are your soul contracts, the invisible threads that tie you to experiences of growth, challenge, and karmic lessons. They've shaped your relationships, your choices, and even your perception of who you are. But now, this portal offers something rare and potent, the chance to rewrite those contracts, to end cycles that have outlived their purpose, and to consciously decide which bonds you'll carry forward into this next chapter of your life. Soul contracts are like invisible scripts you've been following without fully realizing it. Some of these agreements were made to help you grow, like a mentor who appears at just the right time, or a challenging relationship that forces you to confront your deepest fears. Others are karmic loops, patterns that keep repeating because the lesson remains unlearned. These loops can feel like being stuck in a dance you didn't choose, one where the steps never change no matter how hard you try to lead in a new direction. The portal doesn't dissolve these contracts for you automatically. It places the pen in your hand and invites you to decide what stays and what goes. Think of it as standing before a cosmic ledger, with every significant relationship, experience, and recurring pattern listed before you. The portal's energy asks, which of these agreements still serve your highest growth? Which ones have you outgrown? It's a process of discernment, requiring honesty and courage. Some bonds have run their course, yet you may find yourself clinging to them out of habit, fear, or guilt. But holding on to what no longer serves you is like dragging along a suitcase full of clothes that no longer fit. They weigh you down without offering anything useful in return. Relationships are a key part of this soul contract review. You may realize that certain connections have fulfilled their purpose in your life. Perhaps someone who once felt essential to your journey now feels like an anchor, holding you back from your next phase of growth. This doesn't mean those relationships were a mistake or that they hold no value. It simply means their role in your life is complete. Imagine a teacher who guided you through a difficult subject. Once you've mastered the lesson, it's time to graduate and move on. Staying in that classroom out of nostalgia or loyalty only limits your growth. But not all contracts are meant to be severed. Some relationships are essential to your future timeline, and this portal asks you to recommit to them with greater clarity and intention. Think of these as the people and experiences that light you up, the ones that inspire you to grow and evolve. These are the bonds worth renewing, but they may require adjustments. The portal's energy invites you to revisit these agreements and ensure they're built on mutual growth and respect, not outdated dynamics. Beyond relationships, your soul contracts also encompass patterns and beliefs that have shaped your life. Perhaps you've unconsciously agreed to play a certain role, caretaker, peacekeeper, overachiever, because it once felt necessary for survival. These roles may have been useful at one point, but the portal's energy will highlight where they've become limiting. It's like realizing you've been wearing shoes that are 2 sizes too small. They may have fit once, but now they cause more pain than support. The portal invites you to release these outdated roles and step into a more authentic version of yourself. One of the most profound aspects of this portal is its ability to dissolve karmic loops. These are the repetitive patterns that keep showing up in your life, often in different forms, but with the same underlying lesson. For example, you might find yourself repeatedly drawn to relationships that lack balance or jobs where you feel undervalued. These loops are like unfinished chapters in a book. You can't move on to the next story until the current one is fully resolved. The portal offers you the chance to finally close those chapters, but it requires conscious effort. You must recognize the pattern, understand the lesson, and make a deliberate choice to step out of the loop. However, breaking these loops doesn't mean you can simply walk away from difficult situations. The portal's energy demands that you take responsibility for your part in these contracts. It asks you to examine why you've agreed to certain dynamics and what part of you has been holding on to them. Perhaps you've stayed in a toxic relationship out of fear of loneliness, or clung to a limiting belief because it felt safer than embracing the unknown. The portal shines a light on these hidden motivations, urging you to confront them head-on. In this process, it's important to remember that you hold the power to renegotiate these contracts. You are not at the mercy of fate or karma. The universe is offering you a choice: continue living by outdated agreements or step into a new reality where you consciously choose your path. Think of it like a job contract. You wouldn't continue working under the same terms if they no longer reflect your current worth or aspirations. Soul contracts are no different. You have the right to rewrite them in a way that aligns with your growth and evolution. The energy of this portal also highlights the importance of intentional commitments. It's not just about ending contracts that no longer serve you. It's also about making new agreements with greater awareness. This might mean setting boundaries in relationships, committing to a new life purpose, or choosing to embody your truth more fully. The portal invites you to enter these new contracts with clarity and integrity, ensuring they reflect who you are now, not who you used to be. But this process isn't without challenges. The portal will likely bring up resistance, fears of letting go, doubts about your worthiness, or guilt over ending certain relationships. This is where your discernment is tested. The portal's energy isn't about cutting ties recklessly. It's about making conscious, thoughtful choices. Imagine pruning a garden. You don't hack away at everything indiscriminately. You carefully remove what's no longer thriving to make room for new growth. Ultimately, this process is about reclaiming your sovereignty. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your destiny, free from the weight of outdated contracts. You are not bound to cycles of suffering or roles that no longer resonate. The portal offers a fresh slate, but it's up to you to decide what you'll write on it. This isn't just a moment of release, it's a moment of rebirth. As you dissolve old contracts, you're making space for new possibilities to enter your life. You're stepping into a timeline where you're no longer bound by past agreements or unconscious patterns. The portal offers freedom, but that freedom comes with responsibility. You must choose wisely, with both courage and intention. Your shadow will be revealed, but it's a portal to freedom. The energy of this full moon portal acts like a spotlight that reaches into the darkest corners of your being, illuminating the parts of yourself that you've tucked away out of fear, shame, or discomfort. These hidden aspects, collectively known as your shadow, aren't flaws to be ashamed of. They're pieces of your soul that hold immense power. Yet, for much of your life, you may have pushed them aside, choosing instead to present a polished version of yourself to the world. But this portal refuses to let you hide any longer. It invites your shadow to step forward, not to shame or punish you, but to free you from the emotional chains that have silently been holding you back. Imagine your shadow as a silent companion that has walked with you since birth. It holds your unexpressed fears, unhealed wounds, and suppressed desires. It's the part of you that feels rejected, misunderstood, or unworthy. But here's the paradox. The more you ignore your shadow, the louder it becomes. It shows up in your reactions, your patterns, and even your relationships. It's like a child tugging at your sleeve, begging to be acknowledged. And if you continue to turn away, it will find other ways to demand your attention, through emotional triggers, recurring challenges, or sudden bursts of anger or sadness that seem to come out of nowhere. The portal's light doesn't just reveal your shadow, it forces you to confront it. But this confrontation isn't an act of punishment. It's an opportunity for liberation. Picture yourself standing before a mirror that reflects not only your physical appearance, but also your inner world. You might see the parts of yourself that you've been proud of, but alongside them, you'll see the aspects you've tried to hide, the fears you haven't voiced, the grudges you've held onto, the insecurities that linger beneath your confidence. It can be uncomfortable to see these things laid bare, but the portal's energy doesn't allow for avoidance. It asks, are you ready to accept all of who you are? When we think of the shadow, it's easy to assume it holds only negativity. But in reality, your shadow is a reservoir of untapped power. The parts of yourself you've rejected often contain your greatest strengths. For example, someone who suppresses their anger may in fact be suppressing their capacity to set strong boundaries. Someone who hides their vulnerability may be cutting themselves off from deep, authentic connections. The portal's light invites you to reclaim these hidden gifts, but first, you must be willing to look at them without judgment. Think of your shadow as a locked chest that you've carried through life. For years, you may have believed that what's inside is too dangerous to open. Memories that hurt, emotions that overwhelm, truths that scare you. But the longer you keep it locked, the heavier it becomes. This portal hands you the key. It asks you to unlock the chest and sort through its contents. Yes, you'll find pain and fear, but you'll also find resilience, wisdom, and strength you didn't know you had. The very things you've been running from are the things that can set you free. This process of shadow integration isn't a one-time event. It's a journey. The portal marks a powerful moment when the veil is lifted, but it's up to you to continue the work. As you confront your shadow, you may notice emotions rising to the surface: anger, sadness, guilt, or shame. These emotions aren't there to drown you. They're there to be released. It's like draining a stagnant pool of water that has been sitting untouched for years. The more you allow these emotions to flow, the lighter and freer you'll feel. One of the most profound aspects of shadow work is recognizing the patterns you've been unconsciously repeating. Perhaps you found yourself in similar situations over and over, relationships that mirror your childhood wounds, jobs that reflect your deepest insecurities, or habits that sabotage your success. These patterns aren't random. They're your shadow's way of showing you where healing is needed. The portal offers a chance to break these cycles, but only if you're willing to face the underlying emotions that drive them. For instance, if you've been carrying a fear of rejection, you might notice that you often hold back from expressing your true thoughts or feelings, fearing that others won't accept you. This fear, buried deep in your shadow, may have caused you to shrink yourself or compromise your authenticity. The portal's energy will shine a light on this fear, making it impossible to ignore. It will show you how this fear has influenced your choices and held you back from stepping into your full power. But once you see it clearly, you have the power to release it. You can choose to no longer be bound by it. The shadow also contains unresolved pain from the past, grief, trauma, or disappointment that you've never fully processed. This portal may bring those memories to the surface, not to hurt you, but to give you a chance to heal. It's like opening an old wound to clean it out before it can fully heal. The process may sting, but it's necessary for true recovery. By acknowledging and releasing this pain, you free yourself from its grip. You stop carrying it as a silent weight in your heart. But the most transformative part of shadow work is realizing that your shadow isn't your enemy. It's a part of you that's been misunderstood. It holds your repressed power, creativity, and potential. When you embrace your shadow, you become whole. You stop living as a fragmented version of yourself, constantly trying to hide parts of who you are. Instead, you step into your fullness, owning both your light and your dark. Consider the moon itself, the symbol of this portal. It has a bright side that we see illuminated, but it also has a dark side that remains hidden from view. Yet both sides are essential to its existence. The same is true for you. You are not just your achievements, kindness, and strengths. You are also your fears, doubts, and flaws. But none of these aspects define you entirely. They are pieces of a greater whole. The full moon portal invites you to stand in your entirety, embracing both the light and the dark within you. It asks you to release the idea that you must be perfect or flawless to be worthy. Perfection is an illusion. Wholeness is the truth. When you integrate your shadow, you reclaim the parts of yourself that you've lost along the way. You become more resilient, more compassionate, and more powerful. Think of this process as weaving a tapestry of your soul. The bright threads represent your joy, love, and accomplishments. The dark threads represent your pain, fear, and mistakes. Alone, the dark threads may seem harsh or undesirable, but when woven together with the light, they create a beautiful, intricate design. Your shadow is not something to be feared. It's an essential part of your unique tapestry. As you move through this portal, remember that the journey into your shadow is not a descent into darkness, but a journey toward liberation. Every truth you uncover, every wound you acknowledge, and every fear you release brings you closer to freedom. The shadow is not here to trap you. It's here to show you the way out of the cage you've unknowingly built around yourself. By stepping into your shadow, you're stepping through the portal as a whole, liberated being, ready to claim the future that's been waiting for you all along. The Earth's frequency has shifted. Your body will feel it. As the Earth's frequency shifts, it sends ripples through every living being, activating not just the mind or emotions, but also your very physical vessel. This is a deep, tangible shift, one that touches the core of your being at a cellular level. Imagine the Earth as a massive tuning fork, vibrating at a higher frequency, and your body as a musical instrument. As the planet's pitch rises, your instrument, your body, must tune itself to match the new, higher sound. This recalibration isn't just a metaphor. It's a real, energetic process that involves every cell, organ, and system in your body. During this shift, you may begin to feel changes that are not just mental or emotional, but unmistakably physical. These sensations may manifest in many ways, sometimes subtle and at other times quite pronounced. For example, you might feel a sudden burst of energy, as if a surge of vitality is coursing through your veins. It's like a battery being recharged, suddenly receiving the full current it needs to power up. Alternatively, you might experience waves of fatigue, where you feel drained or unusually tired, as if your body is struggling to adjust to this new energetic rhythm. These moments of exhaustion are often signs that your body is working hard to align with the planet's higher frequency, recalibrating and rewiring itself in the process. Physical discomfort can also arise during this time, such as restlessness or an inability to relax fully. You might feel an inner stirring, a subtle but persistent urge to move or do something, almost as if your body is anxious to adapt to the shifts occurring. This restlessness isn't a random occurrence. It's a physical manifestation of your soul's expansion. As your soul vibrates at a higher level, your physical form is tasked with catching up, adjusting to the new state of being. The restlessness is like a dance between your body and your spirit, with your physical form trying to align with the energetic upgrades it's receiving. Another common symptom of this shift can be changes in your appetite or digestive system. Some people may experience a heightened sensitivity to food, as if their body is craving cleaner, more nourishing sustenance, while others may have digestive disturbances as their physical system recalibrates. This is because the energy you're absorbing is directly linked to your body's ability to process and integrate new frequencies. Think of it as a computer receiving a software update. The system may slow down or feel off balance temporarily as it processes the upgrade, but eventually it will function at a higher, more efficient level. Your DNA is also being activated during this time. The DNA within your cells is a blueprint, a code that contains the potential for your highest expression as a human being. As the Earth's frequency rises, this blueprint begins to adjust, activating dormant strands of DNA that have been lying in wait, ready to be awakened. It's as if the Earth's energetic field is offering a signal to your body, calling out for these hidden potentialities to be activated. You may not always be consciously aware of this process, but your body feels it. It's like a gentle awakening within you, as if parts of your body are coming to life in a new way, connecting you more deeply to your spiritual essence. At times, this physical recalibration may also come with headaches or pressure in your head, which can feel like the body is stretching or adjusting to accommodate the influx of higher frequency energy. These sensations can be uncomfortable, but they are signs of your energy centers or chakras being aligned with the Earth's new vibrational frequency. It's as though your energetic antennae are being realigned, allowing you to receive and transmit energy more efficiently. The headache is not a sign of something wrong, but rather a physical indicator that your energetic field is undergoing a restructuring in order to match the higher frequencies now emanating from the Earth. Another common symptom could be muscle soreness or tension, especially in the neck, back, or shoulders. This is often a sign that your energy flow is being redirected, allowing you to absorb and process new frequencies more effectively. Think of it like a river trying to flow through a dam. At first, the water may struggle to move through, creating resistance and tension. But once the dam is cleared, the flow becomes smooth and effortless. The discomfort you feel is the process of your body making way for this new, freer flow of energy. Your sleep patterns may also be affected by this shift. You might find yourself waking up in the middle of the night with a sense of restlessness or experiencing more vivid dreams. These changes are linked to your body's adjustment to the higher frequencies it's encountering. Your subconscious mind is also processing these energetic shifts, and this can manifest as restlessness during sleep or intense dreams that provide insight into the shifts occurring on a deeper spiritual level. As your body aligns with the Earth's upgraded frequency, your mind may be called to process and release old energies that no longer serve you. In addition to the physical symptoms, there may also be a sense of heightened sensitivity. You may feel more attuned to your environment, noticing small details that previously went unnoticed. Your connection to nature may become stronger, and you may feel a deep urge to spend time outdoors or to connect with the natural world. This is because the Earth's frequency is increasing, and you are being asked to tune into it more deeply, almost as if you're learning to speak a new energetic language. The more in tune you are with the Earth's vibrations, the more easily your body can adapt to the ongoing energetic shifts. As your physical body catches up with your soul's expansion, it's important to listen to your body's signals, the aches, the fatigue, the bursts of energy. They are not signs of weakness or illness. Rather, they are the body's way of communicating that it is going through a profound transformation. Just like a tree feels the change of seasons, shedding its old leaves to make way for new growth, your body is releasing the old and making space for the new. It's a process of renewal, even if it's uncomfortable at times. This shift in frequency is an opportunity to shed old, outdated patterns that have been stored within your body. If you think of your body as a library, the energy you've accumulated over the years has been stored like books on shelves. As the Earth's frequency rises, it's as if those books are being reorganized, removed, or replaced with new information. This process can cause a bit of chaos at first, but eventually it leads to greater clarity and alignment. During this time, the most important thing you can do is honor your body's wisdom. Rest when you need to, move when you feel the urge, and nourish yourself with foods that support your body's transformation. Your body is not separate from your spirit. It is the vessel that carries your soul through this physical experience. As the Earth shifts, so too does your body, and it is asking for your attention, love, and care as it recalibrates to match the higher frequency of the planet. By acknowledging and nurturing your body during this energetic shift, you'll find that the transformation will be smoother and more profound. Your body is not just reacting to the changes, it is an integral part of the shift, rising with the Earth into a higher state of being. Manifestation speeds are accelerating, but they require precision. In the presence of this full moon portal, manifestation becomes not just a possibility, but a certainty. Yet it is a process that demands your utmost clarity and precision. The portal's energy shifts the very fabric of time, causing it to bend in such a way that what you focus on will come into being more swiftly than ever before. Imagine it like a magnifying glass, where the energy of your desires is focused, expanded, and intensified. It's as if the universe is handing you a direct line to creation, but the clarity with which you direct this power is absolutely crucial. Just like a beam of sunlight can either gently warm a surface or burn a hole in it, the energy from this portal will follow the exact intentions you send out. And if those intentions are unclear, the result can be equally scattered or confusing. When it comes to manifestation, many people think of it as a matter of willpower or hope. But under the full moon's influence, there is a more precise and intentional way of calling in your desires. This isn't about casually wishing for something, and it certainly isn't about spreading your energy in 1,000 different directions. This is about focusing your thoughts like a laser beam on exactly what you want, knowing without doubt or hesitation that this is what you truly desire. In a world where distractions are abundant and our minds are often pulled in numerous directions, this task of focusing and aligning becomes even more significant. The portal's energy is a reflection of how the universe itself operates on a quantum level. It is fluid, dynamic, and interconnected, with everything constantly in motion. When you make a wish, set a goal, or express a desire, your thoughts and emotions ripple outward into this quantum field, and the portal magnifies those ripples. If those thoughts are confused or contradictory, you may find yourself manifesting results that are not aligned with your true desires. The universe doesn't read your wishes based on what you say you want, but rather on the energy you emote around those wishes. In essence, the portal is amplifying your vibrational state, and that vibrational state must be clear and cohesive. Imagine you are a conductor orchestrating an intricate symphony. The energy of your desires is like the instruments in the orchestra, and the conductor's task is to direct them all in harmony. If the conductor is unsure or hesitates, the orchestra may fall out of sync. But if the conductor is firm in their direction, every instrument comes together to create a beautiful, cohesive piece. Similarly, your thoughts and emotions are the instruments, and your ability to clearly and confidently align them will ensure that your manifestations come to fruition. If you are scattered in your desires, the universe will reflect that chaos back to you. In addition to clarity, another critical factor is intention. This energy demands that you be fully present with what you are calling into your life. The universe operates with incredible precision, and the energy of this portal mirrors that. You must embody your desires in the present moment, feeling them as if they are already yours. If you desire financial abundance, you must feel abundant. If you desire love, you must radiate love, not just in thought, but in your actions and energy. It's a dance between your thoughts and your emotions, both working in harmony to pull your desires into your reality. One of the challenges of manifestation in this accelerated energy is ensuring that your actions align with your thoughts. It's easy to get caught up in mental affirmations or positive thinking, but the true power of this portal lies in the alignment of your inner and outer worlds. For example, you may think about manifesting a successful career, but if your actions don't reflect a commitment to that vision, if you are procrastinating or doubting your abilities, then the portal energy will only amplify your uncertainty, not your goal. Your desires will be multiplied, but so will your fears, doubts, and resistance. Therefore, it is not enough to just think about what you want. You must act, speak, and feel in a way that aligns with that manifestation. This is why precision in manifestation is so important. The universe doesn't judge. It simply reflects what you focus on. It's like planting a seed. You must choose the right kind of seed for the fruit you want to harvest. If you plant an apple seed but are expecting oranges, the universe will still deliver exactly what you've planted. Similarly, if your thoughts and emotions are in conflict, where you desire wealth but fear that it will lead to unhappiness, or you want success but doubt your own worth, the universe will amplify this internal discord. The portal energy will bring these contradictions to the surface, asking you to clarify your true desires. Think of manifestation during this portal as navigating a ship on a vast ocean. If you're unsure of your destination or constantly changing your course, the ship will drift aimlessly. But if you lock in your coordinates, stay clear on your destination, and steer with intention, you will reach it. The energy of this full moon portal is like the winds that either push your ship forward or, if your course is unclear, push you into uncharted waters. Your desires are the ship, and your clarity is the compass. When both are aligned, you'll experience smooth sailing toward your manifestation. To make the most of this powerful time, it's essential to remember that the portal will magnify everything you focus on. If you focus on your lack, on what's not working, or on what you don't have, those energies will be expanded. The more you focus on your fears, the more you will see them reflected in your reality. In the same way, if you focus on your abundance, your growth, and your success, these qualities will flourish and grow exponentially. This makes it all the more critical to examine your mindset, your beliefs, and the energies you're sending out into the universe. One of the most powerful ways to ensure that your manifestation process is precise is to visualize with clarity. Sit in a calm space, close your eyes, and imagine your life exactly as you want it to be. Feel the emotions associated with it: joy, gratitude, peace. Don't just picture the end result. Experience it in your body, in your energy. The more you can feel the manifestation as if it has already happened, the more you align yourself with the frequency of what you desire. The clearer and more vivid your imagination, the quicker the universe will respond. The portal energy is not just a tool for wishful thinking. It's a powerful, living force that will act on what you put out into the universe with intentionality. It's like having a magnifying glass that can burn or illuminate depending on where you direct it. The more clear and precise you are with your desires, the more powerful the manifestation. This is why it's important not to let your mind wander aimlessly or get caught in doubt and uncertainty. Your desires must be like an arrow shot from a bow, targeted, focused, and unwavering in its direction. The universe is listening, and it will give back exactly what you offer. In this portal, your thoughts are like seeds, and the energy is the fertile soil. The clearer and more precise your thoughts, the more rapidly they will grow. The universe doesn't care if you're manifesting a small desire or a grand dream. It only cares about your level of clarity, alignment, and intention. And once your desires are planted with care, trust the process, because the portal is here to bring them to life with extraordinary speed and precision. Ancestral patterns are being broken. You are the chosen one. The full moon portal is a powerful moment in time, one that does not only touch your individual life, but ripples through the very fabric of your ancestral lineage. As you stand on the threshold of this cosmic gateway, you are not simply stepping forward into your own growth and transformation. You are being called to carry the weight of generations past and free them from the patterns that have held them captive. These patterns are like invisible chains that have wrapped around your ancestors, and now, with the energy of the portal, you have the ability to break them. This task is not a small one. It is the work of generations, yet it is you, in this moment, who is chosen to complete it. Ancestral patterns, whether consciously recognized or not, are deeply embedded within the family structure. These are the habits, fears, beliefs, and emotional wounds that have been passed down, like an old heirloom, from one generation to the next. Imagine a deep river that flows through the land of your family tree, carrying the sediments of past traumas, losses, and unmet needs. These sediments accumulate over time, and the riverbed becomes shaped by the weight of this history. The result is a flow that carries not only water, but also the energy of the past. Wounds, unhealed emotions, and negative patterns that continue to play out in the present. As you stand in this moment of spiritual evolution, the full moon portal offers you the ability to change the course of this river, to clear the sediment, and to alter the flow for future generations. It's easy to feel as though the challenges you face in this life are solely yours to bear. But as you dig deeper into your spiritual journey, you may begin to realize that many of the issues you face are not just your own. They are echoes of struggles and traumas experienced by those who came before you. These ancestral patterns can manifest in many ways. Perhaps your family has experienced repeated cycles of scarcity where money always feels just out of reach. Maybe there is a pattern of fear, where each generation holds on to limiting beliefs about what is possible. These patterns can be subtle, but persistent, showing up in the form of self-doubt, addiction, or even the constant repetition of unhealthy relationships. The reason these patterns persist is because they have not been fully healed. They have been passed down like a baton in a race that never ends. The heaviness you may feel in your journey, the sense that you are carrying the weight of many lifetimes, is often the burden of these unresolved ancestral wounds. They show up as inner conflicts, struggles that seem to have no logical explanation, or patterns that repeat regardless of how much you try to heal or escape them. It can feel like walking through life with an invisible weight pressing down on you, a weight that is not solely yours, but rather the accumulated energy of your family's history. This is where the power of the full moon portal comes into play. In this space, you have the ability to clear these energetic blocks and reset the course of your family's future. It's not just your soul's growth that is at stake. It's the healing of your lineage that is being activated. The process of breaking these ancestral patterns is not always easy. It can feel like you are uprooting old trees, digging deep into the soil of your family's past, and unearthing long-buried emotional pain. These roots are tangled, and as you begin to untangle them, you might experience a sense of discomfort or emotional upheaval. This is because the energy you are working with is powerful and intense. Imagine trying to shift the foundation of a house that has stood for generations. It will shake, crack, and at times feel unstable. But this unsettling phase is necessary for growth. It is only by breaking down the old structures, the false foundations that have held your lineage in place, that new, healthier energy can emerge. This isn't about abandoning your heritage, it's about freeing it from the chains that have kept it stuck. As you step through the portal, it's important to remember that you are not alone in this process. Your ancestors are with you, guiding you, supporting you in this transformative moment. They have long awaited this time when someone would finally be able to free them from the karmic cycles they were trapped in. In many ways, you are the bridge between the past and the future, and this journey is as much about honoring them as it is about healing yourself. Just as a gardener prunes the overgrown branches of a tree to allow new growth, you are being asked to prune the patterns of the past to make space for a healthier, more expansive future. The energy of the portal will magnify your ability to release these inherited patterns, but it also requires your active participation. You must be willing to look at the patterns that have played out in your family and choose to release them. This process requires you to examine the behaviors, beliefs, and emotional triggers that have been passed down and consciously decide to break the cycle. This is where your personal power comes into play. You have the ability to make choices that not only affect your own life, but the lives of generations to come. Each time you make the conscious decision to heal a pattern, you send a ripple effect backward through time, clearing the energy for those who came before you and for those who will come after. The responsibility of breaking these cycles may feel like a heavy burden, but remember that you are the chosen one in your lineage. The fact that you have been called to this moment means that you have the strength and the tools necessary to succeed. This work is not easy, but it is deeply empowering. It is a sacred mission to heal the wounds of the past and create a new path forward, one that is free from the emotional baggage that has burdened your ancestors for so long. The power to break ancestral patterns is not just about healing the past, it is also about shaping the future. With the energy of this portal, you are not only freeing yourself and your ancestors, you are setting the course for future generations. You are planting seeds of healing, abundance, and peace that will continue to grow long after you are gone. Just as the seeds you plant today will grow into trees that provide shade, fruit, and shelter for those who come after you, the healing you do now will provide the foundation for a brighter, healthier future for your descendants. They will walk a path that is clearer and lighter, free from the emotional and energetic weight that you have lifted. As you move through this transformative process, it's essential to hold the vision of freedom. Freedom for yourself, your ancestors, and future generations. The work you are doing in this portal is a powerful act of liberation, not just for you, but for the entire lineage that you carry with you. When you release the energy of trauma, scarcity, and fear, you create space for love, abundance, and healing to flow freely through your family tree. You become the catalyst for change, the one who has the courage to break the old cycles and create a new future for all who follow in your footsteps. At the core of this portal is a choice. The universe is giving you the opportunity to leave behind the familiar world and step into a higher, more aligned timeline. But it's not automatic. The question is, will you stay in your old reality or will you rise into your highest potential? This portal won't wait forever. The choice must be made now. The full moon portal is a rare cosmic threshold, a moment where timelines split, contracts dissolve, and a higher destiny opens before you. But it's not a passive journey. You must consciously step through with clarity, courage, and integrity. These 8 truths will guide you through the portal to ensure you don't just survive this energy shift. You thrive in the new reality awaiting you.